shortly. While we wait, let's learn more about Exeter TV. Exeter TV is the town's public and government access channels, available on Comcast channels 98 and 22. Channel 98 is your channel. If you have an idea for a program, want to host your own talk show, or submit a film, we're here to get your content on television. On Channel 22, we bring you live and replay coverage of government meetings and other town updates. A third channel, Blue Hawk Media, is operated by SAU 16 and can be found on Channel 13, with all your school sports, events, and meetings. You can watch Exeter TV online at exeternh.tv, Apple TV, and on Roku. Find us on social media for extra content. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell to get notified about live streams and new content. Tune in to our platforms every other Friday to watch the Exeter Biweekly Report, with recaps of recent events, updates from town departments, and messages from nonprofits in your area. If you head to our website, exeternh.tv, we invite you to sign up to our newsletter to receive monthly updates about new content, upcoming meetings, and more. We'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch Exeter TV and hope that you tune in to our other content as well.
meeting to order.
Make a motion to adjourn?
Second. Discussion?
Not quite, yeah, not quite so
Too many
quick.
things we have to go over?
Yeah, we got a few things, okay. Introductions, to my right,
Dave Short.
To my left is Vice Chair Darius Thompson. The agenda looks long, but it really isn't, so I'll move right into it. Minutes of the last meeting, should say 5:18, and I think I gave you guys the wrong minutes, or I didn't change the date.
I don't think you changed the date.
I didn't change the date, I apologize.
Seems correct.
Everything else is fine,
Yeah,
Yeah.
so does anybody note any errors or omissions?
other than the date that's noted.
So I will change the date to 5/18. I apologize for that, guys. Make,
Make a motion
And
to
it-
approve the minutes of, what was the date again?
5/18.
5:18.
As noted.
Second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye, aye.
Opposed? Minutes are approved. Public comment is the next item on the agenda. There's nobody here other than the
He's late.
chairman
He'll be here.
of the select board. Events for the month, that should say June. The only thing left in June is the farmer's market that's on the calendar. There is a concert, team concert next month, around mid-July, and the farmer's market. And I think movies in the Parkway start next month by the rec department, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe that's correct.
So,
So this is a point of information for all those events. To remind everyone that you may have a permit for use of the park, but there is a town ordinance where no dogs are allowed in the park. So those that are hosting those events, it would be appreciative, as I speak as one trustee member, for them to make those announcements at those events to ensure that people are not unaware and are walking into an event right by a sign that says, "No dogs allowed." So, thank you.
all right. Next item is a fence repair. Dave, you had the chain link fence. I don't even know if is it done? Is it, okay. All right, thank you. Has the bill been submitted?
I haven't seen anything yet.
Okay. The granite posts that were damaged last year in the accident, we thought we were moving forward with that. The contractor ordered the posts and all the holes were drilled wrong after 9 weeks of waiting for those posts. So he went back to the company. They're redoing the posts. Actually, they're redoing new posts, replacing the ones that we got, but that's another 4 weeks. So, we are moving forward with that. We just aren't moving forward very quickly.
I would think that could be pushed a little bit, because
You are correct.
if a company makes a mistake like that, it should move to the top of their priority list to correct it. A month, to me, would never be acceptable. I wouldn't settle for that.
I can talk to him, but I can talk to the contractor who's gonna be doing the work.
I'm not blaming the contractor.
Yeah, no.
I'm saying the supplier.
Right.
That supplier,
They messed up with the actual
drilling.
They messed up with the drilling.
It should be a week max. They should make it a priority.
Yeah, the spacing of the holes.
Right.
There were no holes that were exactly the same
Yeah,
where they were supposed to be.
that,
And were the right posts that were ordered?
The posts were the right posts that were ordered. Somebody just couldn't read the
So
ruler.
it's up to them to sort it out, but if there was a mistake made, it needs to be rectified and not at leisure.
Right.
And that's not acceptable business.
I think part of the hang-up there is that they had to order and cut new posts.
Well, isn't the same person,
Yep.
they use a guillotine, it's not a big deal.
I'll follow up on that.
Yeah.
All right?
And it'd be nice too, even if he doesn't have the pull to get it done, it'd be nice to get in there and get the crap that's in there out of there for now. I don't see why that has to keep laying there.
With the broken pieces?
Yeah,
I think, the broken granite.
yeah.
Okay. Let me see, again, let me follow up on that.
You know,
All right.
once the insurance company did their estimate, that stuff should have been pulled out of there right away.
Is it
Okay.
left there for more of a safety reason, or?
I think that
No,
there's no safety involved with it.
Okay.
I would say it's probably left there because,
They want to do it all at once.
yeah, you pull the old post out, put the new post right back in, it doesn't,
Okay.
the hole doesn't fill in, so, all right. So that's the update on both of those fences. We did talk about doing some planting behind the Harris Center on the Parkway side. I did look at the plan, and actually the plan along where the Harris Center is now, there were elms, there were white pines, there was gray dogwood, there was arrowhead viburnum, and there was coralberry all planted along that. There was no sidewalk there in 1931. So, my suggestion, I think, would be that we do a site walk down there. We're gonna have to get the stumps ground and look at some plant material that we may want to put back in there. I do know that years ago, when my company took care of it down there, we cut a lot of scrub that was along that fence, so that the people in the Harris Center and the kids could kind of look out, and nobody was there, could kind of hide behind the bushes there and watch what was going on in there, so. And again, everything on this list, I think you would agree, is it's kind of a foresty type of area, so I'm thinking that it was planted as a green blockage for the houses that were left there.
Correct.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
I think, so yeah, we can look at the calendar and walk down through there.
I'd like to explore also, instead of grinding the stumps, because those were all fir, I think, weren't they?
Correct.
So those don't typically have a super aggressive root systems. Maybe get Jay to see if they could pop them with the backhoe, because we'd have a lot more flexibility with planting, you know, because even if you grind the stump, I never like planting on top of a stump, with the remnants of a stump.
Yeah, we can look at that. I think, though, that some of those roots might be out underneath that sidewalk that's there. That's why I say let's do a sidewalk and just.
Yeah, but if we dug along the sidewalk and broke those roots, then they wouldn't lift the walk. I mean, there might be a way to attack it without disturbing that
Sure.
sidewalk.
Sure.
And it'd be free. Well, except for the time.
Free is a relative term, right?
Well, I think it'd be a matter of a few hours work with the backhoe.
All right, yeah, let's, like I said, let's take a walk down through there.
yeah.
And we should, I think we can come up with some plant material to put back in there and make it look nice. The next item, I wanted to talk a little bit about turf aeration, and I've been thinking about this since we had the tree companies down there, and I know they did some air spading around the trees. We had the entire parkway aerated 4 years ago, I think it was, and we had Hillside do it, so he had like a spike and a vibrator. We didn't pull any plugs. My thought is, after driving down through there and looking around, at least do from Water Street to the pavilion on that on the riverside, the clover's coming in, and a lot of people use that. That's certainly compacted, and across from the pavilion, that lawn area there. Because those are the two areas that get the most use. And I know that after we had it done, you could walk down there and feel that the ground was a little bit softer from that. So, what's your thoughts on that?
What time of year was that done?
We did it in the fall.
Because I'm thinking as dry as it's starting to get, the ground's getting pretty hard.
Yeah.
I actually had Will Curtis come over to do an injection on a big maple I've got in my yard, and he had a heck of a time getting his air spade into the ground in places because it was getting so hard.
Mark, if I'm not mistaken, we did it after the Chili Fest that year, so it was
softened up.
Yeah, it was mid to the end of October when we did that.
I mean, it might be okay still now, but by the time we get somebody in there, I think it's going to be like rock.
I'm thinking fall. I'd like to do it fall, right before the leaves fall, and maybe even in the spring too.
Well, why don't we for our next meeting then come back with maybe a list of some companies that could do that aeration
in the fall and the spring?
Well, in the fall at least, and or just do whatever the job involves, and then we could get some people to give us some costs for that.
I know we still have the square footage because we measured all of that.
Yeah.
And like I say, I don't feel we need to do the entire parkway again. I think just where
the traffic is.
The traffic is, yeah. All right. The sewer project, I did talk with Matt Berube within the last 2 weeks and asked him if there was any movement on that. He told me that there's been a little bit of a delay in that, so now they're looking at late summer, early fall for that project. So I wanted to reach out to him just so that we could keep the mowing contractor up to date with any road closure, and I wanted to kind of get ahead of that. So. So that's where that sewer project stands.
Is there anything that would cause that to be delayed further?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I just know that there was a little bit of a delay, he said, so that they were thinking now late summer, early fall.
And how does that impact any events that are potentially planned for the fall, or
just like it would impact anything in the summertime?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter when they are. That's going to happen when it's going to happen.
Correct.
And whatever the impacts are, there's the foreseeable and then there's the unforeseeable.
Okay.
So we'll just deal with it when it comes.
Okay. That's fine.
Now we're down to other business. Anybody else have anything? There is?
No, I don't. I will say, I want to say thank you to DPW for putting up the additional signs, or the additional signage for carry in, carry out, as well as the additional signs for the speed limits. It might be additionally helpful, maybe to put 2 other signs about dogs in the park right up on the pavilion or right by the pavilion, so that if you're looking at the pavilion and you see the event, you will see the signs, because I believe there's only 2 or 3 signs that say no dogs. So anything that we can do to help support the town policy, town ordinance, the having no dogs in the park, so that people cannot say, I didn't know that, you know. Not that I'm harping on this, but it's just something that
No, it's
hard to enforce, but yet when you tell people, like, oh, I didn't know that, well, I'm a dog owner, and I would love to take my dog to the park. I'm a trustee, I would love to take the dog to the park, but you can't. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, I know, because I've been down there and have had to ask people to take their dogs out. There's a little bit of a joke there, but I'm going to refrain from that, so.
That's fine.
Go ahead, Dave.
Down at the further end past the bandstand, down where that granite bench Joe Moreau's put in.
Yep.
A cherry tree was put in there a few years ago.
Yep.
It's been decapitated. Top of it died.
Yep.
And we're going to replace that for Joe.
Okay.
He's picking it up. He's going to take care of the watering. He's down there daily. He takes just meticulous care of that bench.
Was that their cherry? That wasn't his cherry tree.
I think it was, wasn't it?
No, I think he had an elm. That cherry.
No, he did the pin oak by the bench.
He did the pin oak, but the cherry tree was Highland Hardwoods. It was the Lang family.
Okay.
And
Well, he's offered to replace it.
All right.
And it does need to be replaced, so.
No, because when I think her name is Heather, when she put in that memorial tree, that limelight, the hydrangea tree.
Yep.
We had talked about that cherry.
Mm-hmm.
Let me reach out to her before we do anything with it. I don't mind Joe replacing it, but she had talked about talking to her family about replacing that tree, because it was they did do that.
Yeah.
So
Well, tell her that, he's more than willing to do that. Well, just, like it is for her, it's very important to him that, he's literally down there every single day. When that pin oak went in, he would hand carry water in there to keep that thing watered.
Yep.
And to water the grass by the bench and all that. It's just
Sure.
It's actually kind of touching to see it.
Sure. Let me just reach out to her though.
But let her know.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
No, I don't have anything else.
I'm good.
Dave? We've already done public comments, but Mark, do you have anything?
No, thank you.
Okay. So, next meeting, do we want to do the next meeting as a site walk and take a look at that,
Yeah.
Actually,
that area?
that's fine. I did have one question.
Yep.
So, on the topic of just getting an update on what's happened with the road closure and the trust and that part?
That's still in the works. There is, I have asked, and the town has received nothing, but I can let the select board chair talk to that.
Okay.
Yeah, so the last update, it's still, it's still going through the process with the Attorney General's office. I'm meeting with the town manager tomorrow, and we'll try to provide an update to folks at the next select board meeting, but everything is status quo at this point. And then if I may, Mr. Chair, just, Mr. Thompson, we got the extra signage for the litter and stuff. I will also, when I meet with the town manager tomorrow, express the request for the additional signage for the dogs.
Yep, appreciate it. By the pavilion so they can see it and they, it'll be helpful.
But let's not mount it on the pavilion.
No, it's just as a sign adjacent to the
No,
pavilion.
I'm sure that we have, because, much like with the litter stuff, I think we had signs that, we have other areas in town.
Right.
So I'm sure we have, but I'll look into that. They'll be similar, I'm sure, to what's already there.
Yeah.
And then finally, Mr. Chair, at the May 31st Select Board meeting, the Select Board publicly recognized our sincere gratitude to all of the tree companies, the local eateries, and Mr. Damsel for volunteering their time. So I wanted to report back to the board that we formally did that, and again, sincerely express our gratitude to everybody involved.
Thank you.
Brought true value to the town, so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, having taken care of that and just driving down through, you can see what a difference all of that pruning and all is made with light coming through, and some people may not see it, but yeah, what a big difference that all made.
Yep.
Extremely big difference. Okay, so if we look at the third Wednesday in July, that would be the 20th. And like I say, we can do a site walk down there.
That's fine.
Is that good?
Yep.
Good?
Good.
Okay, so July 20th. I will send out an email so everybody knows.
5:30 or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to, actually, let me check. Do you want to bring chairs and have the meeting on the pavilion?
Oh, we got to walk that area, though.
Yeah, but we can bring chairs. We can,
I can sit on
I'll
the
bring some
steps.
cheese,
I can sit
soda,
on the
and crackers.
steps.
okay. We'll do it some other time.
Okay.
Sidewalk.
Because you probably can't have beer in an official meeting, right?
I said cheese and soda and crackers.
Well, I was thinking
Yeah, no.
it's after 5 o'clock, and
Okay. Okay. That's all I have. So, thank you guys for coming.
make a motion to adjourn.
Motion to, second?
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.
5:50.
Thank you for tuning in to Exeter TV. Exeter TV is the town's public and government access channels, available on Comcast channels 98 and 22. Channel 98 is your channel. If you have an idea for a program, want to host your own talk show, or submit a film, we're here to get your content on television. On Channel 22, we bring you live and replay coverage of government meetings and other town updates. A third channel, Blue Hawk Media, is operated by SAU 16 and can be found on Channel 13,